us proud.
Refugees, you make us proud.
Protesters in Columbus speaking out on two fronts Saturday, calling into question the U.S. strike on Venezuela and the capture of the country's president and his wife. Also speaking out against the Trump administration's current immigration policies, saying there are impacted communities right here in central Ohio.
We will continue to fight back and continue to organize and show a lot of our immigrant neighbors who are hiding out in fear right now that there is a whole host of people behind them that are ready to defend them from these attacks.
This car caravan traveled down Morse Road, lifting their voices and concerns.
And even if we're not directly in Venezuela and directly alongside the people in that country, it is our taxpaying dollars that go towards this war machine.
Former Ohio Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown also against the move in Venezuela, sending our newsroom a statement saying, quote, hundreds of thousands of Ohioans are struggling to make ends meet, yet Washington continues to make their lives harder while prioritizing foreign countries before our own.
U.S. hands out of everywhere.
Meanwhile, some Ohio lawmakers are in full support of the Trump administration's strikes on Venezuela, calling it acting in America's self-interest and self-defense to end narco-terror. Republican Senator Bernie Moreno saying President Trump, quote, eliminated an obvious, clear, and present danger to our nation, going on to say, quote, Maduro protected Colombia's narco-terrorists. Let them and anyone in this hemisphere be on notice that they are next if they aim to harm our nation. Republican Senator John Husted calling these strikes a, quote, well-executed operation, writing on social media, quote, the United States faced a choice. Stand by while this unfolded in our own hemisphere as American citizens became victims of that enterprise, or take action to end it and give the Venezuelan people a genuine opportunity to choose new leadership and a new direction. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost echoed that sentiment, saying in a statement, quote, this is how justice works. Sometimes the defendant turns himself in. Sometimes you gotta go get them and use whatever force is necessary. However, local protesters say their worries extend far beyond the arrest of a foreign political leader.
We are here because we're not necessarily saying you need to support Maduro's government. We're just here to say that we don't want millions of dollars being sent to create more wars abroad.
Former Ohio Governor John Kasich releasing a statement in a more measured tone.
I hope that this intervention will result in good things for the United States and good things for the world, but I am troubled by what the implications could be and what the long-term impact will be on the entire world and world peace.
As the nation debates the move, Central Ohio is showing just how divided people are over what the U.S. did and what it should do next.
All right, let's start this off with some chanting. No blood for oil! Hands off Venezuela soil!
Pepper Magisa says these protests were organized in 70 cities across America just hours after the strikes.
We knew that this was something that would be coming down the line, and it was great to see the turnout in such a short amount of time. We called this action right around 10 or 11 this morning, so to see so many people out here to say no to another war is great, so that people are activated about this.
Dozens of people braved the cold with signs calling for President Trump not to occupy Venezuela. Several spoke at the podium, calling out chants against the war.
Endless war!
Shut it down!
The whole damn system!
Shut it down!
It is a brazen act of imperialism, colonialism, and warmongering. It is state-sponsored terrorism.
Magisa says, in her view, it's not America's business to intervene in Latin America and take prisoners, whether they be fishermen or sovereign leaders.
U.S. intervention is never a good thing. War, bombs, killing civilians is never a good thing. If another country wants to change the way their government runs, it has nothing to do with the United States. The United States should not be putting boots on the ground in a foreign country and installing a government that will be favorable to them.
And Maduro has arrived at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He's facing drugs and weapons charges in federal court next week. We're still left with many questions about President Trump's plans for Venezuela. We still don't know exactly how he plans to run the country, but Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez has been appointed acting president by Venezuela's Supreme Court as of just a couple hours ago.